The hardest part about having your own music label and your own independent business is when somebody dies or when something happens, when the main artist go to jail or something takes an effect, the entourage decides that they want to start gangbanging. STINC TEAM. So first, I seen already. I ran up on somebody from the '60s talking about what's all that stuff. He was talking about the STINC TEAM being banned. He ran up on him, gang banging on him. In the streets of South Central. I'm like, all right, STINC TEAM showing they still out there, still banging. You know, and then now recently you got PACO Montana uh, pulling up to Derby Park, searching for a blind man named Munchie B, aka Peanut Butter Blood, because he posted him on his Instagram. Now, all this gangbanging is going on within their corporation because Draco's dead. And no matter how you look at it, we gotta look at the facts. It's starting to, you gotta state the facts. You gotta look at it like this. STINC TEAM is not getting better. They're falling off. They had a two. They tried to fool the world with them two members. One was an actor when he was like 4 or 5 years old. Now he's talking about gang banging, shooting at people. That didn't work. Nowadays people do their research. They find out about you. They find out about your whole life. People found out what high school he went to, what school he went to. He went to acting class. He wasn't about that life. He got kicked off. Other dude, he was garbage anyway, trying to sound like Draco. Nobody really feeling him. He was garbage. He was wolfing. He got kicked off. Recently, he got ran up on. He didn't do nothing about it. He wasn't talking about none of that gangster stuff he was saying before. He changed his mind once he was released from the STINC TEAM. We have to look at the facts here. Ralphie the Plug is trash. I gave him a couple of sympathy listens when Draco died. I gave him a couple of sympathy listens on a couple of videos he came out with. But after a while, I couldn't take it no more. I couldn't take it no more. I couldn't take the style no more. He's out of control. He might be hard. He might can fight. He might be with the shit. But that doesn't mean that his music is with the shit. His music is garbage. Every song sounds the same. You sound like you're on lean. You sound like a drug addict. I don't give a fuck about your life. Therefore, so who else is in the STINC TEAM? Who else is in the STINC TEAM that people listen to? Then they got some more tonguing dude listen say so Mac. He got a little bit of buzz. All right, he's average, but he's not gonna take the STINC TEAM over the top. Who else they got to listen to? They're falling off, and this is why you get a major label. This is why you get a major label, because even if something happens to your major artist on that label, they will still put their money behind an artist and pump somebody and make you good. When you don't have a label, your main artist dies, what do? You coming out with songs every day. You're coming out with videos every day. You're coming out with material every day, and you're not increasing. You're decreasing. So it affects your body, makes you feel down mentally, makes you feel bad mentally, to a point where now you're looking on the internet and you're looking at people gangbanging and you're tripping off a blind man that got peanut butter stuck up his ass in jail. You go to a park knowing that the park is empty, knowing that nobody be at the park. 3 years ago, Munchie said, 3 years ago the park was all bad. He made an interview there. Well, actually, like about 5 years. He made an interview there saying it's all bad. They're trying to clean up the park because they're moving the L.A. Rams to Inglewood. L.A. Rams got moved to L.A. Rams and Chargers got moved to Inglewood, so they cleaned up the area. They cleaned up Derby Park. Bloods don't be at that park anymore. You pull up to a park that's filled with a whole bunch of cameras. You pull up to a park looking for a blind man, thinking that a blind man in his mid-20s, early 30s maybe, will be at the park in the sun, blind, with a gun on him, waiting for you. Come on now, bro. I mean, if that's not clout chasing, what the fuck is clout chasing? if that's not a sign of fall off, what is a sign of falling off? When you're worried about a blind man in the parking lot, not worried about your album sales, you're headed down a path of destruction.